Hello and welcome to another episode of the Mental Motivator. I am your host, Nakia Campbell, and as always, I am so excited to have all of you to tune in from around the world to witness ordinary people who have used the power of their mindsets to defeat the odds and take over in their industry and in their lives. Today's guest is Devin Toussaint, aka Trauma Beatz. He's a super producer, serial entrepreneur, and a pillar in the Houston community. Check him out.
808 heavyweights.
All right, so Trauma or Devin, how do you want me to address you today?
Trauma Beatz.
Trauma Beatz. All right, y'all, he's Trauma Beatz for today. Now, tell the viewers around the world a little bit more about who you are and what you do.
Okay, so yeah, my name is Trauma Beatz, and first I want to say thank you for having me on your show. I really appreciate it. But yeah, like she said, my name is Trauma Beatz. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. I've been living in Houston since Hurricane Katrina, so I've been in Houston for a pretty long time. I'm a producer, businessman. I'm the CEO of AFTC Studios, which is basically a multimedia studio and community venture. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do right now. I have my hands in a lot of different things. And like I said, I really appreciate you having me on my show, and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Awesome, awesome. So you are out here making beats, doing things in the community, serial entrepreneur. So tell me about what happened in your life, like what got you started down this road of wanting to produce music?
Yeah, so basically, like I was telling you earlier, C Murder is my uncle. So, and also me being from New Orleans, a musical city, I've been around music and been making music my whole life. You can ask my dad, he'll tell you I was born with a pair of drumsticks in my hand. Nah, for real. So I really been making been making music my whole life. So,
been making beats.
Yeah, that's what got me started, was from my dad's influence and from my uncle C Murder's influence. So like, when I was like, the earliest music I can remember is like Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg was signed to No Limit around the time I was born. He was living in Louisiana. So that's like the first memories of music I had was like Snoop Dogg and of course Master P and my uncle and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure, as the viewers know, my uncle ended up getting incarcerated and it pretty much derailed his whole career. So that was my first inspiration as far as to make it into music. I wanted to do it for my uncle because he was able to see his dreams coming to fruition, but he wasn't really able to take it to as big as he wanted to, even though No Limit was huge and everything. They were very, very big, but you know, he had more plans. So I always wanted to live my dreams out for him until we can get him out. So that was my first piece of inspiration. But I got a lot of things that fuel my music, to be honest with you.
You have a lot of things that
I have a lot of
fuel your
things
music.
As far as trauma related that fuel me, yes.
Okay, we're gonna get to the trauma behind
Let's do
Trauma
it.
Beatz
Behind
in
Trauma
a
Beatz.
little bit, because my next question was going to be, who are some of the people in the rap game who influenced you or inspired you to make the beats that you make?
Yeah, just as far as producers, it'd be like Zaytoven. Like I say, I'm 28, so it'll be like the producers who was prevalent in my generation. So like Zaytoven, Dr. Dre. Who else do I love? I love Scott Storch. Everybody knows Scott Storch. And you know, just different producers like 808 Mafia and stuff like that, but Metro Boomin and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm my own inspiration. Like I said, I've been making music. I've been making music since I was born, man. So you know, I feel like I could beat anybody when it comes to making beats or playing the drums or anything when it comes to music.
Right. So you ready to go head to head with anybody?
Anybody, man. They know me already. They know what's going on.
They know what's going on. Okay, cool. So one thing about music in general and about rap music is that I know that a lot of people, they take their stories, like you mentioned trauma a little while ago. They take their stories from their childhood, from their past, and they use those stories to fuel the passion that they put behind their music and behind their beats. So can you tell me a little bit about something from your past that you've used that may have not been such a good situation that has pushed you forward and helped you to be this super producer that you've become today?
I can do that. I'm gonna give you 3 instances though. I'm making short too. But
Okay.
before I do that, let me just put this out there. I make all kind of music. I don't just make rap music. So don't let the chains fool y'all, man. Like, I just dress like this, but I make all kind of music. I make pop, R&B. I make music for.
He said, "Don't judge him."
For film and TV and video games and all of that. So if y'all need any work, man, y'all just know I'm very diverse in what I do. I don't just make rap music, but yeah, let me just throw that out there.
Okay, cool.
Like I said, so I gave you my earliest inspiration, which was my uncle's incarceration. So
Right.
let me take it a little back. Around 2011, I have a little cousin named Kenzie Lee. She was about 3 years old, and let me just give you the backstory about that. She passed away, unfortunately. Let me give you the backstory about that. So my family, me, my dad, my mom, my little brother and sister, we went on summer vacation. It was summer vacation, so we went on a trip. We went to Six Flags. You know, when you get to Six Flags, you get in, you get your tickets or whatever, and then you go straight to lockers to put your stuff up.
Right.
So we went and put our stuff in the lockers. There was a long line. We finally got done. As soon as we put our bags down to go enjoy ourselves, you know, in the wave pool, stuff like that, we get a call that my 3-year-old cousin had drowned in her own pool at her parents' house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was real traumatic on me and my family. So I just put that out there because, like I said, this was 2011. That's around the time when I started actually physically producing music.
Right.
Like I said, I've been playing drums my whole life, but I started making beats and recording around 2011 when my cousin died.
Right.
You know, I kind of used that to fuel me. I was already making beats a little bit, just playing with it, seeing what I want to do. If I want to make electronic music, rap music, you know, like I said, I like all kind of music. I'll just see where I want to go with it. But
Was she a little girl who loved music?
no, like I said, she's only 3 years old. And to be honest with you, I didn't really get to spend too much time with her like that. They were living in Louisiana, and I was living in Houston. I mean, like I said, we're a pretty close family. We don't talk every day like that, but we're a very close Louisiana family. So I love my cousin. But yeah, like I said, we got the call that she had died and it crushed us. We immediately left, went home. You know how that goes. But I just had to say that fueled me definitely. I remember it like it was yesterday. I cried so hard. And then when I was done, I got to the computer and I started making beats. And I realized at that moment, I was really good.
It was probably a way for you to heal. It was probably
Exactly. And it was also God. He was telling me, you know, you can use this pain and turn it into passion. I just put that on my Instagram the other day, and I got a lot of people. They're like, "Man, how do you do it? Like, that's amazing." But it started way back when I was still in high school.
Instagram post.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been doing that and using trauma and pain in my life to fuel not just my music, but anything I want to accomplish. I've been using that to fuel me since I was a teenager. So yeah, and I'll just give you one more. So like I say, I'm pretty sure everybody has seen it. My best friend and my business partner, Kanal Karana, aka Kanal AFTC, he recently just passed, you know. And that's pretty much been the recent most traumatic thing that's happened in my life. I mean, it's been documented for everybody to see. You know, it was very hard on me, just the whole process. And I'm pretty sure we'll touch on that more. But yeah, everything I'm doing right now, it's all for him, you know. And like I say, it was a pretty traumatic situation he had going on that I had to sit and witness and be there for, because like I said, it's my best friend. So yeah.
Well, you guys have heard Trauma Beatz mention his friend Kanal, who recently passed, and in honor of him, we're going to take a short break, and I want you guys to pay attention to this jacket that he has on when you watch this video.
I ain't gonna be here for your birthday. I ain't sadly gonna make your birthday. So me and my boy Etai, the realest dude on the internet in the world. I love that man. That man is a superstar. That man is a genius. And you know what? It don't take, like, I really got a lot of love for homie. We had great conversations and everything. But let's get back to what we came here for. Open up your gift, my brother. Open up your gift, bro.
Let's see what it is. Eat-tay. Oh, shit. Ooh, that be clean, too.
Blue. All Louis. Oh. Got the scale.
Shit, you made that be custom?
Yes.
Appreciate you, my boy.
What you think it was pre-made? You bought it in the store?
Oh, no, that be fire.
Hey, but wait. Something wrong with the right pocket. Put your hand in the right pocket. Something seems wrong with the right pocket, bro. Check it. I don't know if that's all. There might be some more. No, same pocket. Make sure you got it all.
Yeah, that's everything.
Bro. Little bro, man. I had to take care of you before I left.
All right, so Trauma Beatz. We saw the video. So I want you to kind of go back to that day as you sat there in that chair in front of your best friend Kanal, your business partner, your right-hand man.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty tough, man. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, the whole situation was very tough, and he knows, like, I'm not like a real sentimental person, not really a real emotional person, but I couldn't hold it in those moments. As y'all see in that video, I held it in, but I had literally just got to his house, so you know that was before the waterworks started. But yeah, it was rough, man. That, to be honest with you, I'll never forget that whole hospice situation. You know, like, as y'all see on Kanal's Instagram, he was a real honest, straightforward, straight to the point person. So me and him, we had the talk about pretty much his impending death pretty much since the day I first met him, you know what I'm saying? And I never like to talk like that. He know that, but he would always make it his point to bring it up and bring up what he wanted me to continue and stuff like that. So, but as far as in that situation, when he gave me that jacket, I mean, I'm like, bro, like, you the one that's passed away. Why you giving me gifts? I'm like, I had just walked in.
Because they say you give people their flowers while they're still living, and that shows the power that Kanal had. Even on his deathbed, he still wanted to give you your flowers.
Yeah, let me tell you, like, he had a lot of visitors, man, but like just me being there with her, it meant the world. And I knew that because he, like I said, he know I'm not like the emotional person. He knows a situation like that. He knows I don't want to be there for something like that. But just me being there for it meant so much to him. Even before he ever gave me them gifts, it just meant so much to him. So I'm glad I was able to do that. It was real hard though. It was very hard. I'll never forget that whole situation. But yeah, this is the jacket he gave me. It was
beautiful
custom.
Jacket.
Appreciate it.
Custom jacket.
Custom made by Etai out in LA. So I appreciate you, Etai.
Shout out Etai.
Yeah, he's really dope out there. And
well, you mentioned some other visitors that Kanal had while he was on hospice passing, and I happened to see on Instagram that you guys got to spend some time with Trey the Truth. So tell me, how was that?
Yeah, it was amazing. You know, I already knew Trey. Like I said, I do music in Houston, so I already knew Trey, but it was real dope for him to pull. He put up multiple times too, so it wasn't just like a one-time thing for like any attention and nothing like that. Trey really genuinely cared about him. He was calling him and checking up on him, even when Kanal wasn't physically able to talk. He was still trying to holler at him and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that. The comedian Gary Owens, he came. There's a funny story behind him. He knew he knows Kanal though through their mutual business and stuff like that. And as far as everybody who has been reaching out to him on Instagram, the list is endless. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, we had Miss Tina Knowles reach out, Sylvester Stallone and his brother, Dan Bilzerian, and the list just goes on and on. But the amount of support and love has just been amazing from celebrities and non-celebrities from all around the world.
You see, if that is just a testament to who Kanal was and the spirit and the love and the energy that he put out to the entire world, y'all, even from his deathbed. If you don't know who Kanal is, then I would really highly suggest that you find him on Instagram and follow his story all the way up to his death. And just the fact that all of these people reached out to him, you know, it shows the importance of having a positive mindset, no matter what it is that you're facing in life. The fact that he was able to be so positive while dealing with so much pain shows that he still had purpose.
And to be honest with you, it was, I don't think people really truly get the pain. Like, it was worse than any of us could imagine. You know, he was still making jokes up until the end. Like, I don't want to like tell too many stories. We'd be here all day, but he was still telling jokes up until the very end, at least trying to, you know what I'm saying? Until it became too much for him. But yeah, man, he really looked death in the face and just made the best out of it. And, you know, it was like both of our dreams came true. It was just kind of sad it happened to him right before his death. You know, he kind of always knew it was going to happen like that. You know, that's why he wanted to spend as much time with me as possible, man. It's crazy. Like, I still talk to him daily because, like, he never stopped talking. If y'all see through his Instagram, he was still talking, like, up until he never stopped talking. So he just always giving me game. So I just still hear him all day. So I'm sad, of course, but at least for right now, I still hear his voice. And to be honest with you, through this whole process, just the outpouring of love from all around the world has truly inspired me and showed me the importance of community and community love. Because, like I said, Kanal knows I probably wasn't even gonna be there, to be honest with you, if it wasn't for his friends and his strong family and all the love from the world. Like I said, I wouldn't have been able to get through it if it wasn't for y'all, to be honest with you. So like, it really opened my eyes to what community is. And that's what Kanal entrusted me with, and I'm gonna make sure that I keep that going. I'm gonna keep our community ventures going in his legacy.
Because he definitely entrusted you with a lot.
Yeah, a lot, for sure.
And I've seen now, since his passing, I saw your Instagram post that said, now that since Kanal has passed, you have taken it upon yourself to continue being the positive light
most definitely.
that he was before the rest of us. So as hard as it was for you to be there, to sit in that room for so many days, watching your best friend die before your eyes, it's such a blessing. And I feel like God had you there for a reason, because there was also a purpose in the pain that you had to go through with watching what Kanal was going through right there in that bed.
Yeah, man, it was tough, man. And you know, that's not my first best friend I lost. I lost my other, like my real best friend. Kanal's my real best friend too, but like, you know how they say you never truly get your day ones, like the ones you grew up with. Like my best friend that I grew up with, he passed away through a fentanyl overdose in 2018 on Christmas.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been a lot, man. I've been through a lot in my life, you know, but I stay positive and I keep my faith in God. And you know, I just treat people good, and hopefully it comes back on me. And that's pretty much how all of this has manifested. You know, I was a blessing to Kanal in his time of need. Like I explained, that was my first handicapped homie, and he's more than handicapped. He has like one of the most rarest, deadliest diseases you could have. So like I said, I've been dealing with this with him since day one. So I was a blessing to him in that aspect, because he definitely needed a friend. He had a lot of ambitions of things he wanted to do as far as with this All for the Culture brand. He just needed connections, and I was that connection, because I was already in the music industry and I already had a lot of connections. So, you know, so we were a blessing to each other in different ways. So
what was it exactly that brought you and Kanal together? You said he was your first handicapped homie.
Yep.
And I know that you guys have been friends for about 7 years now. So how did that connection even happen to begin with?
Yeah, that's a crazy story too. I'm not going to take up all your time, no, I promise. But so basically, it's through a mutual cameraman. His name is Zach TV. He's a legend in Chicago, like urban hip hop photography, videography, whatever you want to call it. But he was basically doing interviews in like very poverty stricken areas in Chicago, and trying to give them light and bring peace to the city. So I was a fan of that, and obviously Kanal was too. So basically, I always wanted to work with Zach TV. So I woke up one morning and seen that he was in Houston. I reached out to him to do an interview. So we did our interview, and after our interview, he's like, "Yo, I'm about to shoot to Sugarland. I have another interview." Long story short, that was Kanal's interview. He flew Zach out to even. That's why he was even in Houston. So it was through the mutual cameraman. And one day, me and my homie were sitting there watching my interview, and after mine went off, Kanal's popped up. So I'm sitting there watching him, and he's discussing everything that he had going on. And like I said, he was saying he was in Sugarland. At the time, I lived in Fresno, so you know it's right down the street from each other. So I'm like, okay, it wouldn't hurt to reach out to him. Maybe we can put something together. Like I said, I'm good with networking. So if I see opportunity, I'm going to go after it. You know, I don't care if you black, white, Asian, Indian, handicapped, one eye, one leg, anything. I'm going to reach out to you, and we can make it happen and see what we can do with it. So that's how that happened. We did an interview through a mutual cameraman. I reached out to him. We ended up doing an interview because he was doing interviews and podcasts at the time, which we're also still doing. And so he interviewed me. I told him my story about how C murdered my uncle and everything like that, and we just clicked from there.
Well, that is an amazing story. And I have a question, because I know that Kanal's organization or his business was All for the Culture. So did you come together and become business partners in this thing? How did that happen?
Yeah, so when I met Kanal, he already had the All for the Culture brand started already. Like I said, he was doing podcasts at the time. But to be honest with you, he liked me so much. He wanted me around so much just because we were able to pick each other's brains so much. Like, and I was working a job at the time. Like I said, I was young. I was like 21. So I was working a job. So I didn't really have too much time to focus on the music and business. He liked me so much. He made me a partner in his business just so we could hang out more, to be honest with you. Like, he could hang out more and just talk about the future and stuff like that. So yeah, he made me a partner pretty quick. And so yeah, since his passing, I've been running everything. And to be honest with you, that was his dying declaration to me.
Just to keep it going.
Yeah, toward the end of that whole hospice journey, he pretty much mustered up all the breath in his lungs and told me he wanted me to keep everything going that he started, or that we started, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I mentioned to somebody earlier that Kanal took off his crown and he passed it to you. He removed his crown to pass it to you, so that you could continue the work for the culture. And I tell you what, I'm putting all of my efforts, all of my strength, all of my encouragement, everything behind you and what you're going to be doing here in the city of Houston. And we're going to take a break really quick, and we're going to come back and wrap it up with the man Trauma Beatz, y'all. Stay tuned.
808 heavyweights.
I used to pray for 100, now I got 100, so why you ain't keeping 100? I guess it's all my money, she know I'm coming, I'm touching that cat while I'm thumbing. Came from nothing, yeah, made a song, I took them risks by my loss, see the chains on me, I know I won't change for nothing.
All right, Trauma. So before we get out of here, excuse me, Trauma Beatz.
Trauma Beatz.
Let me add Beatz to the end, because I will not walk around calling this man
Now,
Trauma.
I'll let you call me Devin. I'll let you call me
Devin.
Devin.
Well, let's do Devin,
go
because
with
as
Devin.
much as I try to get away from trauma in my life, okay, I don't want to call it to me. So we're gonna call him Devin for this last little segment. So Devin.
Yeah.
All right. So we've discussed the trauma behind the death of your little cousin.
Yep.
The death of your best friend, Kanal, and I'm pretty sure you've dealt with other traumas in your life.
Yep, sure have.
So I want to ask you, how do you feel that the power of your mindset was key in helping you to overcome those situations?
Yeah, basically, you know, I believe in God first and foremost. My grandma instilled that into me pretty young, like fourth grade or something like that. So I always rely on God first for any kind of strength and fuel to my motivation and positivity, first and foremost. But like I said, community. It's real good to just surround yourself with good people, with people who have your best interest at heart, and who won't judge you unless you need to be judged. You know what I'm saying? You want people that's all the way honest with you. You don't want no yes men around you or anybody who's going to enable you. Right. But, you know, just stay focused, keep your faith in God, you know, just take everything one step at a time, stuff like that. You just want to keep a positive mindset, and you want to keep a long-term mindset. You don't ever want to think in just a short term. You always want to think at least 5 to 10 years ahead. That's if you want to, you know, be prepared for anything in life, you know, just so that's how I deal with it. But like I said, throughout this whole ordeal with my best friend, just the whole support from the community and around the world. So, you know, I would just encourage everybody to start you a social media. You know, don't indulge in any of the negativity on there, but try to just connect with other good people out there. You know what I'm saying? They might can help you out with a lot of things in the long run. Like me and you, for example, you reached out to me through social media. So
I had to.
Exactly. So, you know, just try to put yourself out there as much as possible and as best as possible. Try to be prepared for everything in life and just keep your faith in God. And I mean, you know, that's the best thing I can tell you. You know, I'm still working on my whole life coach stuff and stuff like that. Because listen, they've been reaching out to me for motivation and stuff like that.
They need it.
I'm gonna have better answers when I start, you know, getting more better into it. But for right now, you know, I would just say just keep y'all's faith in God, man. Just stay positive, you know. Try to do good things in the community, and you know, karma's real. So you want to put good energy out there, you know, in the universe, so it can come back. That's all I know. So all I know is keep it real. So just keep it real, and everything will work out.
Well, y'all heard him. Number one, keep that faith in God.
Keep it true, matter of fact. Free C Murder, we keep it true.
Keep it true. Free C
Murder. Free C Murder.
Free C Murder. Well, keep your faith in God. Love on your community. Build a community.
Yep.
You know, because we can put things out into the world, just like you said. We can put good out into the world, but we can also put negativity out into the world.
Most definitely.
And if we put negativity out into the world, that's exactly what's going to come back. But I saw how the community surrounded around you with the death of your friend. I see how the community is surrounding around you right now to push your business forward and keep all for the culture going. And you are a hero.
Yeah.
I'll just put it that way.
Hey,
You are a hero.
Kanal's my hero, man. He done so much for me, you know, just how he handled everything as far as he was dying, you know. I don't know how he did it, to be honest with you. I didn't expect it. Like I said, we talked about it, but I didn't expect him to pull it off. If I knew I was dying, I probably would be so depressed, like just don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to give nobody anything. Maybe. I don't know how I'd handle it, but he's my hero for the way he handled everything and just everything he's done for me, man. Like, I don't know how I can repay him. The only way that I could think to repay him is just to keep everything that he built and that we built going and just try to do it as graceful and with as much respect for him and his family as possible. But they pretty much entrusted me with it, so, you know, they believe in me.
Right, and love, because I saw the love from his family into
man.
you. And I appreciate you talking about the power of having a positive mindset. You guys heard him say to keep God first, keep your faith. The most important thing that he touched on, though, was you got to have a long-term mindset. Now, that's one thing that I've never heard anyone say yet. A long-term mindset. A short-term mindset only focuses on today, only focuses on next week. But right now, the picture is so much bigger than what's going on right now. We have to think futuristic.
Most definitely.
We have to think futuristic, and we also have to think outside of ourselves, because the work that we do is never just for us, it's for the world. And I really believe that that is what Kanal wanted to leave here with us, is that the work that we do needs to not be for ourselves, it needs to be for each other.
Most definitely, for the community.
For the community,
that's what we're
for
about.
the culture.
For the culture, that's what we're about. And, you know, we're actually working on putting a nonprofit together for him. I ain't gonna speak on it too much, but yeah, we're working on doing that. So we're gonna be doing a lot of great things in the community. We're gonna try to do a toy drive this Christmas. So I would love for you to come out. Of course, you can come out too, brother. You know, we need all the help we can do. We're gonna try to do that for Christmas. I would love to do it right here in the Third Ward area too. That's where they need it the most. You know,
I'm with it. You have my personal cell phone number. Nobody gets my personal cell phone number, but y'all, I had to give it to Trauma Beatz over here. You got it. So you hit me up, and the Mental Motivator is proud and happy to partner with you. You got my word. With anything that you have going forth, when I am available and I'm here in the Houston, Texas area.
Hey, I might just meet up with you, because, hey, we global with this AFTC.
You global. You global.
We everywhere.
Well, Trauma Beatz, if there is one word of advice that you can give to someone who's watching right now, they might be in a completely different country. But there's somebody out there right now who's trying to make a dream come true, just like you did. And I heard you say a couple of weeks ago that your business was failing, that your beats weren't doing well. The company was just going down in your eyes. And because of you keeping your faith, in 1 week, just 1 week, your whole entire trajectory shifted. And your business completely did a 180, a complete turnaround, because of you keeping the faith, keeping a positive mindset, and walking in the purpose that you knew that God created for you, and the business that Kanal left here for you to do. So if you could give one piece of advice to someone else who might be out there struggling, maybe their business is failing.
The piece of advice I would give, it sounds cliche, but I mean, it's the truth. It's never give up. You know, like she said, I thought my life was over just last week. Everything was going wrong in my life. I'm not gonna run through all my problems. We all have problems, but you know, I'll just say the most traumatic was, like we discussed, my best friend was dying. So we had so much invested that I thought my life would be over too if his was the end. So yeah, I would just put that out there. So yeah, like I said, just never give up. You never know when your big break could come. You never know what God has in store for you. You know, like they say, God gives his toughest battles. You know what I'm saying.
He gives his toughest battles to his strongest
That's very
soldiers.
true. You know what I'm saying. And you get the rain before the sun shines. So I'm gonna just leave that out with y'all, man. Just stay focused, stay prayed up. You know, and everything's gonna work out.
Right. Hey, man, I didn't know you came in here to preach to me today.
Hey, man, that's what I do, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what I do, man. I'm motivation for everybody around the world. Like I said, it don't matter if you're black, white, Mexican, African. It do not matter, man. We doing it for the community. We doing it for the culture.
Look, well, I have immensely enjoyed having you here.
I appreciate it. It's been fun.
On the set today.
I hope we can do it again.
I thank you for answering that Instagram message and immediately sending me your phone number, and I was able to exchange numbers with you, and we were able to make this happen.
Been
Here.
hitting everybody back up. Like I said, I really appreciate the love, man. I've been hitting everybody up. It might take a little while, it might not, but I'm gonna hit everybody back up, man. You know,
Right.
I don't take no love for granted, because I remember days where it felt like I was alone, and I'm
Right.
pretty sure a lot of people can relate to that. So
Right.
I don't take it for granted. So I really
Right.
appreciate you and everybody.
Right. Well, I thank you so much. And before we end the episode today, I want you to tell everybody around the world how they can learn more about you, where they can reach out to you if they need your studio, if they need beats,
Yeah, most
or where
definitely.
they can go to learn information about For the Culture.
Yeah, most definitely. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at TraumaBeats_, Twitter at what is called X now, X at TraumaBeats_, TikTok at TraumaBeats, YouTube at TraumaBeats, everywhere. Just type me. I'm gonna pop up TraumaBeats.
TraumaBeats.
If you need studio time, beats, mixing and mastering, photo shoots, video shoots, anything like that, you can hit up AFTC Studios on Instagram. That's AFTC Studios with an S on Instagram, and they'll get you right. Like I said, AFTC, I'm the CEO of that. It's a multimedia studio and community venture. So we have a clothing line. We have multiple clothing lines, actually. We have a studio and multiple other things. So, yeah, y'all can find me there.
Awesome.
I appreciate
well,
it.
you are definitely a serial entrepreneur.
Trying to get there, man.
And
Trying to get
definitely
there.
making it happen.
Tough business.
I can definitely say with all my heart that Kanal is looking down on you, and he is proud. And he will
definitely.
forever be with you through all of the ventures that you will partake upon the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That you will
Most definitely.
dive into for the rest of your life.
Most
So
definitely.
thank you again for being here today.
Thank you.
And until next time, you guys, thank you for tuning in. As you can see, this man has definitely been able to use the power of his mindset to take over in his life and in his career. And I hope that you guys have been inspired from this episode to do the work that you need to do to change the way that you live, think, and thrive. Until next time.